Hello, what's up, everybody?
What is
hope
up?
You're having a fabulous week. What's up, chat? Deep Forest Dweller.
You got everyone in the house.
Holy Toledo, Goathead, hell yeah. Medicate Maine, what's up? Ripster, what's up, Van Ripster? Doja, Rusty Nails.
Oh man, Van Ripster's in the house.
Is this JR Tokin guy in there too?
Yeah, who is that loser?
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? What's up, everybody?
Fatties is in the house.
Fatties, what's up, Fatties? Hope everybody's having a good week. Yeah.
I would like to shout out Ken Alicia. That girl puts in some work for the community, man. She promotes a lot of podcasts, and she always is there to kind of work in the background, and those people sometimes are the unsung heroes. So shout out, girl.
Yeah, shout out to all the people helping spread the word about our show, helping get the message out, man. We appreciate all of you. So many of you guys who repost our stuff and help share stuff. We are, I me in particular, I am so bad at getting the word out about what we do. I'm not a big Instagram person, not a big social media person. So I appreciate all you guys who hang out over there, who are helping us get the word out and spread the word to the crew, getting more people in here. Oh, my camera's been freezing today. It's fucking me. That was a weird one.
That was a great freeze too.
Yeah, we're going with it. You'll probably get lots of funny little face freezes from me today. I don't know why my camera's freezing, but we're just gonna do a show anyway, guys. Also, a little change in plans. So we were gonna have our British guest on today to talk about growing in the UK, what that's like, what the challenges and trials and tribulations are. And then, I was like, it's the 4th of July tomorrow, and I was like, man, screw that guy. Get him out of here. No, get that British guy. Get it. No.
Yeah, we revolted from those limey bastards for a reason, man.
That's right. No, we're just kidding. No, we were excited to talk to him, but he had a scheduling conflict or something come up, so we're gonna reschedule him another day. So change of plans. We're flying by the seat of our pants today, but we got tons of grow talk to do. We got lots of fun topics to talk about. Some dank nugs to share, some seeds to give away. So we got a full show planned anyway for you guys. So I'm not really that worried about it. So we'll have our British guest on another time to talk about all those fun things. But for today, we're grow talking, we're hanging out. We got some seeds to give away, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So let's get into it.
Always gonna have a good time.
Hell yeah. Let's see where to start. I guess Dank Nugs is always the place to start.
I would also like to shout out to all our friends on the East Coast who are fucking cooking right now, man. I hope you guys are staying cool. I hope you guys are staying hydrated and don't get angry. Sometimes that heat makes you angry.
Ooh, that's a good point. Stay cool in your vibes when it gets hot, man. It's so easy to get grumpy when it gets hot. I'm a grumpy hot person.
Me too. I'm from the Northwest. I start to melt and then I get angry.
Yeah, I think I'm it gets somewhat hot where I live, but I am from the Northwest in spirit. I think I'm very much a cold and rainy weather lover and not a fan of when it gets hot and just horrible.
And what's up with that 95 degrees but feels like 112? Well, then isn't it 112? I mean, fuck, dude. Jesus, man.
Might as well be. Well, let's go, man. I want to get into these dank nugs here. We got a couple of really cool ones, man. And these are all this week, man. We're doing Discord dank nugs this week, I gotta say.
Yay.
Because the happy hour Discord's been popping off over there with some dank nugs.
Wow,
and I'm gonna say I'm impressed with the quality of dank nugs we've had over there. They have been 100% dank over there in the happy hour Discord dank nugs. Also, I should say, if you're interested in joining the happy hour Discord, there's a link in the video description below. So if you want to come hang out with us, we would love to have you hang out. You can post dank nugs over there. You can post questions over there. I'll be posting questions from time to time, asking you guys about stuff too. So yeah, just a great way for us to interact with each other on a nice little easy platform. So dank nugs, man. Starting this off here, Mo Ganja. Mo Ganja with some,
Damn.
what was this? Northern Lights number 5 at day 56.
Oh, wow.
Looking good, man. Northern Lights. What is now, JR? What is the Northern Lights? What's Northern Lights taste like? I know I've had a bunch of Northern Lights like crosses, but what would like a straight Northern Lights be?
God,
Do
it's
you have
been,
that in your head?
bro, it's been so long. But if I remember right, it's kind of a skunky, funky thing. It's been a really long time since I've had straight up Northern Lights. But it was one of the ones that came out of the Northwest that made its way over to Amsterdam. Neville, he brought a lot of that stuff that he launched that whole scene with was shit that he got out of the Seattle area. And I know that Northern Lights came out of the Northwest, possibly Alaska, but it's really good. I mean, it's one of the first ones that really put like sticky green on the map. It's been around a
Yeah, we
while.
got some great comments. We got let's see, Holy Toledo is saying straight pine forest with fruit nuts for me. I like that. A pine is the common vibe, I'm thinking. Red Weasel says Northern Lights is a favorite. Pine, earth, and very classic. Just grew it before Paloma Night. Hell yeah. And yeah, Ghost grows straight pine gas. Yeah, pine gas is I think the common theme there. So that's a lot of those piney terps that come through in a lot of other strains. I think that pine influence, some of it at least, and across a lot of different popular strains can be traced back to some Northern Lights in some way or another.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking great there. Mo Ganja looking fabulous with the Northern Lights at day 56 too, looking real good.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, moving along. Nice quick one. Very, very nice. Let's keep it rolling, man. We had so many good ones come in here. This one's from Captain Clumpy, man. Captain Clumpy, Medicate Maine, in the chat there. Yeah, and this is the Gushing Rain, JR. Gushing Rain here.
Yes, and I have clones of that available right now, folks.
Yeah, very
looking
nice,
out
man.
right now.
But yeah, just wanted to feature these Gushing Rains looking really good. Nice. Look at that, a Gushing Rain.
I've got one in the flower room. Actually, I've got 3 in the flower room. I'm in week 4 of day 5. I don't do the numbers like day 56 or whatever because I can't do the math very well. So I just call it by the week and the day. So I'm in week 4, day 5, and it's looking fantastic. And that sticky foot number 2 that he has, like I did a video earlier this week talking about it. It's showing a lot of color already, and it smells amazing. I could see where he was wanting to maybe use that one as his breeder cut.
He also has here. He's got more. He's got Paloma Doe as well.
Oh wow, that's the Rolling Fatties.
Yeah, got to show that one off too. But look at that.
Yeah, wow.
Really good. And I like also in the Smokus Focus, the lighted magnified cannabis container there. He's taking pictures of. Very cool.
Yeah, he got that from One Eye Cat, brought it back from the cup for him.
Very cool.
And we're hoping that he can make it to the cup next year with us as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. Looking good, man. That looks dank. Rolling in the dough there. Shout out to Fatty, or yeah, Paloma Doe. Excuse me, not rolling in the dough. Looking great there. Both from Captain Clumpy, aka Medicate Maine. Also, man, Spider Reefer blue cheese from my last run, harvested 5/16/26. Joas has a nice rainbow fade, but this one was more purple this time. And yeah, I love the colors on this one. Very nice looking plant, very colorful, very nice. A beautiful finished product there as well. Love the nug shots along with the plant shot. Gotta love that.
Yeah, dude, our crew is killing it.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I was blown away by the day nugs in the happy hour. Discord has been on fire. So great job, everybody. Looking fantastic. Hell yeah.
I'd put that up against some Toad Venom any day.
Man, and like this is why I say, like, when people talk about hype ass cuts like that and they're talking about, oh, we're gonna pay thousands of dollars for this or thousands of dollars, like, is it how many thousands of dollars better than this is it?
None.
You know what I mean?
None.
Probably it might be a little, maybe tiny, maybe it is like in some measurable way or in some enjoyable way, some unique way, a little bit better than something I've seen, but like can't be that much better, can it?
No,
It can't be
can't.
that much better. Like,
And
this
that's
is
the
looking
part that
pretty
makes
dang
me
good,
insane is
everybody.
because I hear these things about these, these cuts, and then I'll try them, and they're great. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fantastic, but come on now.
Yeah, and I get people get excited, and sometimes you get something that speaks to you, right? Sometimes you get
Yes.
something and you're like, this is special, you know what I mean? This is amazing. But I don't know if it's that way for everybody, you know what I mean? And not everything speaks to everybody. And I don't think everything should. I think some of the best weed I've ever smoked is weed that I love, and other people are like, like that's some of my favorite terps are terps that do not have that universal appeal, right? They're terps that maybe I love that jack hair, man. I love that terpenoline. I know not everybody's into that.
I'm not.
And even for me, it's like I don't like that every day all the time. For me, it's like I like that's part of my rotation kind of a thing. So I get it. I get like why big loud flavors like that aren't necessarily for everyone. So anyway, I get that there's preference within strains, but man, quality is so high across the board these days. Like it's hard for me to justify spending tons of money on anything. Because it's all so good, man. We're getting to the point where weed's pretty damn good. It's hard to
There
argue
really
with
is
that.
a time now. I mean, the genetic potential for stuff out there. I mean, even just look at the stuff that Variant did with his freak show and his Australian bastard that placed in the cup. I mean, most people wouldn't think that that's going to happen, but he ended up crushing it.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and speaking of dank nugs, this comes in from that junior token guy that was in the chat earlier.
Junior.
Yeah, tell us about this. What do you got going on here?
This one is the one this is the blue slushies, or blue gushies, which was Brad's blue slushy breeder cut that I crossed with that Gushers BX. And it smells like blueberry punch. Like if you had a nice bowl of blueberry punch, it's like I said, I'm only on day 5 of week 4, and it's looking outstanding. It's definitely a standout. Now, back here in this corner, that's a cherry gush, and it smells like almost identical to cherry paloma, but it has a little bit more of an orange rather than a grapefruit. So I thought it was more even like the emergency. So I'm pretty excited about those two. There's a gushing rain in there, or gushing red in there, that's also looks like it's going to be really good. But like I said, some of the other ones are a little premature because I'm really only in week 4. So I'm curious to see how things play out as we progress into, the later weeks.
Oh, I see your little map in the back there on the back wall showing what everything is. I like that.
I got tired of bending down and trying to figure out what was
Did
what.
you catch that, folks, on the wall here? You got your little chart showing. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna have to start doing that.
And of the other stuff that some of the newer stuff, I would say that West Seattle Sour. That one looks like it's going to be crazy. And that Sticky Foot number 2 from Clumpalicious. Dude, it's going to be gorgeous. It's definitely going to be, like the hot model. It's going to be like the runway model for sure.
Oh, I wanted to ask you too. Sorry to interrupt you, but I saw on your menu that went out this last week. I think it's already gone, but you had the Fresca.
I do.
I have to ask you about that one because you said that one it's like root beer crossed with cheetah piss or something like that. Was that the cross on that? What the fuck does that taste like, JR? What are the
I'm gonna find out
root beer and cheetah piss? I'm like, what is that?
So I'm curious too because it's kind of named after that Fresca as a soda pop.
Yeah, so we got so many different things in my head, and I'm like, what is the flavor on that? I saw that come up on your menu, and I saw it sell out right away, and I'm like, I bet everyone else is wondering the same thing.
And that was one that I got from your mailman Gross. He sent that one to me. He also sent me that peanut butter pie that I had on the menu. God, fucking a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it was a breeder cut from Brad. It's like a 4-way OG Kush cross, and I got it out into the greenhouse set for my breeding run this round. I got all my breeding plants out in the greenhouse as of 2 days ago, and they're looking great. We had this really kind of coldish, rainy weather that moved into like some low 70s. And so I saw that window of opportunity as a good time to get them out there before any kind of major heat comes. So they're going to have about 4 or 5 days of mid 70s to low 80s. So they should do transition wise really well. And I've got some really cool shit in there that I'm going to be crossing. I'm using that Z Gush male as my male this year.
Very cool. Well, looking forward to more interesting projects and more interesting things from JR. And yeah, let us know, everybody, if you're one of the people who got one of those clones of JR when you got results. I would really like to know what the heck that Fresca tastes like, man. Fresca, I'm thinking the Fresca soda, I'm thinking root beer, and then I'm thinking cheetah piss in there. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I need to know. So yes, report back when you can.
And a couple of people have that outdoors and it's doing well. Also, that Bickett Dog Walker OG looks like it's exploding outdoors as well. So those two they look like they're going to do well outdoors. Because you never know. You know, I get this stuff, and the stuff I'm breeding outdoors generation after generation. But the stuff I get in from other folks, I have no idea how it's going to perform outdoors, because some stuff just, it just is not made for the outdoors. If like a GMO or a cookies or something like that, any kind of cookie strain is usually going to struggle outdoors.
Yeah. Well, speaking of outdoors, I did want to put the call out to our Discord crew. I want to see some more outdoor grows, man. It's outdoor we're mid-season now, kind of, would you say? We're
still in veg. We're not even transitioning
I guess.
Yet. Yeah.
Okay, so we're early.
Yes,
we're early, but it's going on. So I would like an outdoor update from you outdoor growers. As I've said before, I'm not allowed to grow outdoors, and it sucks. So I have to live through all of you vicariously and enjoy all of your outdoor grows to get me through the summer every year. So yes, please, if you got an awesome outdoor grow, go on over there. We got a bunch of great submissions that I want to feature, but I think we're going to save them for another day, because I want to do a whole big thing about all your guys' awesome outdoor grows. So yeah, give me some more outdoor posts over there on the 2026 Outdoor Gardens channel over there on the Garden Happy Hour Discord. And if you want to join the Discord, if you're listening and you're not a member yet, there's a link in the description below, so you can hit that link and hop on over and join us. I did see your pick, Chunky. Yes, let's feature it. We got to throw a Chunky pick in here, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, and Chunky said that Fresca was from Luke at Turp Mansion, ran it in his hash hanger. Yeah, look at that. They're already exploding.
Yeah, looking good, Chunky. Looking good. A field of beautiful plants, man. Looking good. Yeah, that's going to be, I can't wait to see that in a few months. Just looking at this like spread of plants out here, enjoying the sun in their nice grassy field. They're small now. I'm wondering how big those are going to get.
I like Grumpy Toad's comment. I tried outdoor auto. Caterpillars loved it. God damn it.
At least somebody liked it.
Yeah, right. God damn it.
That's tough. Chunky says the Fresca is the third plant in the second row. So like, is it
second row,
like
third? Oh, wow. Okay.
That one, I think, maybe.
Boom, boom, boom. Yep.
Looks good. Looks good. Looks
everything he's doing this year looks crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say these all look solid though, Chunky. These all are looking very happy and like they're enjoying their situation quite a bit.
He's got
good, Chunky. Looking good.
He's got some of that stuff from Chad Westport out there too that I got my on. And he has that knockout, which was that Cherry Paloma cross that the Robin Hood guys did. So that one should be good.
Nice. Well, hell yeah, Chunky. Let us know how that all turns out. And yeah, outdoor Fresca. Even more exotic. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, let me know, everybody, about your outdoor. I would love to see more outdoor pics over there on the Discord. And yeah, maybe next week or maybe sometime soon we'll do a big outdoor extravaganza where we'll feature a bunch of great outdoor pictures. Because like I said, I get so sad that I can't do it. I'm so jealous of all you people. And Chunky's beautiful field. I wish I had a beautiful field like Chunky's. And neighbors that were far away. That's my problem. Is I actually do have a nice little space out behind my house, but my neighbors are all like leaning
Not
over it with
feeling
their
it.
houses. Yeah, looking down on it. Yeah. And I'm not allowed to do it where I'm at. You're not allowed to do any outdoor at all on properties under 2 acres. So I'm under 2 acres. So it's a no-go here. It's a no-go. Also, yes, Toledo. I did see your pictures over there too, man. You had some very nice looking outdoor
Yes.
plants. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna feature it because I liked his plants as well. So let's go back. We'll take it back, man.
Yeah, he's got one of the Bickett dog walker OG.
Yeah, screw it. We're gonna let's feature the outdoors that are here, man. Let's feature the few that are here from the last few weeks, and then yeah, if you got outdoor, give me some more outdoor. Give me some more. We're gonna do this again. I want to see some more. But for now, man, Holy Toledo's got a nice little greenhouse here. This is an older pick. This is an older pick from a few weeks ago, I think. But then let's go zoom to the future. Here it is.
Wow.
Recently. Yeah, so looking really good in the greenhouse there, Toledo. And I just love this picture. I was looking at this earlier today. Look at all those leaves. Look at the posture of those leaves in there.
Yeah. And his training is on point. His low stress training is on point.
Yeah, looking great there, Toledo. Looking great. But yeah, I love the structure on this one, or just love the she looks happy. That is a happy outdoor plant right there. So love to see it. Love the little bit of cupping on the leaves, but just cupping in a happy kind of way. Love that one. Also some cool just garden picks here from who is this? M Drizzle for Shizzle. I love some rose picks, man. I had some roses that were like getting choked out under my trees. I have some big, huge trees that were just blocking all the light and blocking everything. And then we had a bunch of tree work done a few weeks ago, and they're coming back. It's been really exciting to see they're zooming back to life, these roses that I kind of thought were toast.
Oh, wow, that's gorgeous.
I enjoyed seeing. These aren't mine. These are, to be clear, these are M Dizzle for Shizzle posted these beautiful looking roses outside his house here. So yeah, love seeing that as well. And then Goodfoot, man, our buddy Goodfoot. Look at this beautiful outdoor little spread he's got with the marigolds. I'm not sure what this one is, but yeah, looking really good there. Beautiful there, Goodfoot.
Wow.
Beautiful looking stuff. Yeah, look at more just happy plants. I love this stance. You know, when you see plants, they're praying with just that little bit of cupped like action there. That's a sign of a plant that's doing well, I feel like. Both of these you can see just real happy looking. Fabulous. Yeah, looking really good. Lots of great outdoor pictures here. And love seeing all the mix of crops. I see some corn in the back there, some little flowers, some cornflowers or something. Looking great, Goodfoot. Love to see it. Like I said, so jealous of all you guys and your cool outdoor setups.
You have to get some of that stuff from Variant. They won't even recognize it as cannabis.
Oh, that's what I need. You're right. Either that or I would need to get one of those little mobile greenhouses. I was thinking one of those greenhouse trailers, so I can just be like, when they show up to complain, and be like, "What greenhouse? What are you talking about? Where? I don't see one." Yep. Yeah, look at these two. Goodfoot, man. Really happy looking. Love to see it. Big, beautiful plants. Like these, like the mix of pots and planters too. I thought that was interesting, doing some pots as well as doing some in his beds. I'm curious how you find it growing in pots versus growing in your beds outdoors, if it's like a big noticeable difference in how they grow or how you care for them. But yeah, love to see it, guys. Love to see it. So yeah, give me some more good outdoor. I would love to see some more outdoor updates. Got Captain Clumpy coming in hot. I think as we're talking here, Captain Clumpy posting one. Love it. Looking good. Nice. What is this, Clumpy? This is Yerba Buena from Greenpoint Seeds.
Oh,
looking
cool.
Really cool. And then I think he's got one here. Here's an acoustic kitty from One Eye Cat.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Yeah, One Eye Cat's work.
Yeah, that'll be cool. It definitely makes your cat CSAT. That'll be awesome. Thanks, Captain Clumpy, for sharing that. But yeah, give me some more outdoor, guys. Would love to see it, and we'll feature it more on the show. Because yeah, like I said, I love outdoor, and I'm so jealous that I don't get to do it. But I wanted to bring in, move on to another topic here. We had a great question from Goodfoot, who we were just featuring, his beautiful outdoor plants there. Goodfoot was asking, he said, I would like to add a topic to the wheel, how to build a local community. I know lots of growers online, but few in real life. It would be nice to know how others have bridged the gap. And that was such a good question. I was like, we got to do that, man. We got to talk about that. Let's put that right at the top of the show. So what do you think, JR? What do you think about trying to bridge the gap and make your online girlfriends into your real life girlfriends? And then I'd also love to hear from you guys in the chat. Let me know, how did you bridge the gap between your, making real friends in real life? I know so many of us have friends online but aren't able to, or don't have those connections in our real life situations. So how did you guys meet your real life girlfriends? And how do we start building communities? So what do you think, JR?
Well, I think for the states that are legal, at least even medically legal, when you have events in your state, it's really important that you show support. Show up to those events, and you will find like-minded people who live possibly right in your own town. It's strange because I see, as I ship stuff out, I see a lot of people in certain states. And I just want to say, like, hey, you guys, I'd love to get everyone together, but,
you guys should, yeah.
Right, but it's all private information, and I can't really
Right.
do that. But it just inspires me to know that there's so many people in people's areas that they probably don't even know. I just like Kat and Medicated Maine just got together, I think this last week. They're both in Maine. And so I think doing that is great. And also you can, over time, use your digital outreach to start finding people in your community. And I also think events like the Do Grows Cup, you may run into folks there that, are from your state or are that do link up. And so I know that has happened in the past where people have come to the cup and realized, oh, hey, you live in the same county as I do. And, so they end up becoming friends. And so that's one of the good ways is event space, getting to some of these events. And then the other way I would say is just to start kind of reaching out to your digital community. And it would be cool
Yeah.
if we did have, like, even on the Discord, like regional meetups, and just let people shout out, hey, I'm in Maine, if you ever want to hook up with me and Kat, then we can party down.
Yeah, that was always something we talked about in the DGC, about trying to get some sort of like local chapters going or something, or some sort of way to like encourage people to meet up. And I like that idea of like, maybe we should make a place on the Discord where you can just like shout out your general location. You don't have to say like your address or anything, but you can just say, hey, I'm in Central Virginia or something. And then maybe other people in Central Virginia will find you. Because that was one thing I ran into, and I've got a great story about this, by the way. Because I have one local friend basically, and I met him because he listened to the show.
Right, exactly.
It blew my mind to find out that one of the couple hundred people that comes and hangs out with us every week, it happened because I mentioned my location. I don't really like to talk about where I'm at, but I mentioned one time on the show, like, hey, I'm in Grass Valley. I'm, kind of between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe, kind of in the big forest in the central elbowy part of California. And someone hit me up and was like, I think I live like a couple minutes from you. We need to meet up. So my buddy Michael, Treetop in the chat, you may see him from time to time. I'm not sure if I've seen him today, but Treetop, what's up if you're out there? He's been great, man. We bumped into each other. He hit me up and said, yeah, man, I've listened to the happy hour. I've been part of the DGC. I'm a grower. I live kind of up in the hills by you. I don't talk to a lot of people either. Neither of us has any local grow friends. Neither of us knows really anybody around here. But we have become good friends. And just this last weekend, actually, went on kind of a cool trip, which I debated if we should talk about this on the happy hour, if I should show you guys this, but I'll just show you some real quick photos if you don't mind. We went to, Michael and my parents and I met up with my sister and her boyfriend down in Sacramento to go to the California Auto Museum.
Ooh, wow, cool.
Last weekend. Yeah. And so we went to, I love old funky cars, but I hate stressful, loud places like car shows. So I don't get to see a lot of like cool, funky old cars anymore. So man, we went to the California Auto Museum. Was amazing. They had like hundreds of cool old cars going back to the 1800s, all the way up to, they had, let's see,
wow.
Man, I got, here's a Ferrari from the 80s, man, with a bike from Chips from California.
Oh man.
Man, there was all kinds of cool stuff there. So we saw Ferraris, we saw Lamborghinis, we saw a bunch of just cool old things. And that never would have happened. He's, like I said, my kind of one local real life friend is a grow friend that I met in this community from, hanging out with you guys. This was, I think, my favorite car I saw the whole time.
Wow.
This
I had that Hot Wheel.
Right? No, from 1932. But anyway, I won't bore you guys with too much car talk, but I had a really great time hanging out with Michael at the car museum. And yeah, man, that never would have happened if Michael and I hadn't met through the show. So I will say the hard part in my mind is that you do have to expose yourself a little bit. That's the tough part, right? Is you have to be willing to say a little bit like, hey, here's where I am, So I think putting a spot up on our local Discord or on our Discord that's just say local shadows, just to say, hey, I'm in this area. If anybody's in this area, hit me up. I think that's a really good idea, just to help people find each other.
My local,
that's the tricky part to me, is like, someone's gotta be willing to take that first step. And
yeah.
I was so glad Michael reached out to me after I mentioned where I was at. He's like, hey, we're close together. And I was like, fuck yeah, we should hang out. Let's be friends. So yeah, it's been awesome getting to know Michael over the last year or so. We've been hanging out. And yeah, it's great. Now I have a friend I can share cuts with. He hit me up today to tell me, hey, there's a cut at the dispensary you might be interested in. So just having someone to talk to about what's going on locally has been huge. But yeah, I think that is the first step, is you have to and if you want to meet your online friends in real life, or if you want to find friends through the internet, you do unfortunately have to kind of tell people on the internet where you are, and kind of start bridging your online and real life groups a little bit. But then the other cool thing too is, I think once you start making friends in your local area, those friends will come with friends, right? Yeah. So Michael and I are both kind of loners, so this hasn't worked well for us. But for most people, I know One-Eyed Cat, bumped into Medicaid in Maine, but then they both know people, and they all know people in other parts of the state and have other friends, and so you kind of start building a network, and then next thing you know, you've got enough people to start planning an event or something, or planning get-togethers and trading clones and getting things going. So I would love to get that going where I'm at. So I will just say again, I am in Northern California. I know, sorry, my video is freezing. It's driving me nuts too. But yes, I live in the great forest. I'm in a place called Grass Valley, which is between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe in the central part of California there. But yeah, always interested in meeting up with other local California people when I can. I don't travel a whole lot, even within the state, but if you're close by to me, let's plan something and try to meet up. I
want to shout out to Brother Crom. He's the Oregonian. I'm in the I'm in the Portland metro area. Hit me up. Maybe we can get together. And just this week, I went and had lunch with Go Ahead. We went to the grow shop. We got some grow supplies. Had a nice teriyaki lunch, and he bought, which it was really good. And it is great having local friends that you can, share genetics, bump ideas, learn from each other. It's a good thing. And, for me, I'm physically challenged. And so Go Ahead has helped me out with some really big projects. We built that greenhouse together over the winter. And when they send you those Temu greenhouses, man, there's no words in the instructions. It's just a picture. It's a 2-dimensional picture for a 3-dimensional object. And let me tell you, it took us a bit to get that thing together, but man, he helped me out a lot. We got it together, and then we did it in the dead of winter. So cheers to you, Go Ahead.
Heck yeah, dude. Oh no, it's been great making local friends, man. I think you got Chad's moving up in your area now too, right? So you got Chad in the area, so we'll be trying to link up with Chad more. But man, so many cool things can happen when you make some local friends. So I thought this was a great topic, and yeah, do really want to encourage you guys to try to reach out, try to figure out how do you start making local friends, because it has been a big deal for me. Like I said, I was very much a loner, very much someone who didn't really talk to people except for you guys online. And having Michael in my life, man, having a cool person to hang out with and share clones with and go places with and even do non-cannabis stuff with, right? Like go to the car museum was a great time. So I just really think it's a good idea for us stonery people to start hanging out. So yeah, anyway, I'll make a spot on the Discord for that. I like that. Of if you guys want to shout out where you're at locally. And again, totally no pressure. I never want anybody to feel pressured to expose their location or anything like that. But I do unfortunately feel like that's the first step, right? If you want to try to meet up locally with people, you gotta be able to talk about where you're at. So but yeah, would love to help people meet up and find each other, man. Cause yeah, I think that's a important and powerful thing we need to be doing. And the more we meet up, the more we form little friend groups, the more we can form into bigger groups and, fight for what we care about, and
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and really at the end of the day, your home and your local community is pretty much all you have control of. Everything else in this world is pretty much out of your control. So you focus on your home and your local community and try to build that foundation as much as you can, really.
Well, and it's so easy these days to pretend like your whole world is on the internet, right? And it's not. A lot of it might be. You might have a lot going on the internet, and I'm not saying the internet's a completely terrible place, but it's really important to form connections with real life people too. And I'll say as well, man, going to events. You mentioned going to events. If it wasn't for going to the DGZ Cup, you and I wouldn't know each other. I wouldn't know Jay Maestro. I would know so many of you wonderful people in the club, in the crew, man. So many of you I met in person at the DGC Cup, or maybe we talked online for a while and then we've gotten to know each other better through meeting at the Cup or other events like that. So I like what you're saying too about local events. Try to find what other local events are happening in your area and try to start making random friends there. Go to find out, even if it's just some super crappy, super small little tiny hippie event or whatever, go to it, go to it. And Michael and I always talk about it, but haven't been to one yet, but we need to get better about that. Cause I was thinking, there are lots of tiny little events, even if it's just like a slightly stonery type of themed thing, go hang out and meet some new friends because
the kind of crossover is the mycology community. So you can find mushroom events in your state or in your area also that will lead you down the road to finding really, really cool people.
Yeah, or even just like local non-cannabis gardening events too, right? Gardening happens all over the world. Sometimes people feel like, oh man, I'm in the middle of, wherever prohibition land and there's no big cannabis events happening near me. There probably are gardening events happening near you, and you'll probably go to those gardening events and see some crunchy granola-y cannabis growy type people there and go make friends with them. You know what I mean? Go find the local stoner in your local garden club. Because there's a local garden club everywhere. I guarantee it. Wherever you live, there's master gardeners programs that have classes. There's all kinds of different gardening stores that do events and do, special days and vendor days and things. Just go to stuff and try to meet people. Be careful. Like I said, don't expose yourself too much. Never share anything with people you don't want them to know. Once you tell someone something, you kind of can't take it back. But I've always felt comfortable being myself around cannabis people for the most part, and I feel like the people in our community are I don't run into bad people in our community. I'm sure they exist. But I always feel very comfortable meeting up with people. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there and encourage you guys to meet up. Great question there, Goodfoot. I'm glad you put that out there. Anything else to add to that?
I would just say, as far as like safety goes, always meet up in a, public area. Maybe have coffee, maybe have lunch. Then you'll get to know you'll know the vibe of that person by the time you're done having that coffee or that lunch, and you'll know if that's some kind of friendship you want to pursue. Go ahead with local.
Going on a hike, going on a walk. You can bring a little weed, meet up for a little smoke, go on a little walk around your neighborhood, go on a walk at a local park or something.
Yeah. Go ahead, hit me up for a Paloma cut. And I met him in a parking lot behind a restaurant, my favorite little taco joint. And I knew right away he was cool, and so we hit it off, and it's been a good time.
Yeah, I've really liked Michael. Has different he's a vegetarian and eats different stuff than I do, and so I'm trying to eat healthier, and so he's been teaching me about all the good local spots to eat. So it's been awesome hanging out with him. We go to lunch sometimes and we've been trying some new places, so it's been really cool to have someone to teach me about things I didn't know about my own town. Is super cool.
Mantis Cannabis brought up a good one: disc golf. If
Ooh, I
you
like
have a
that
disc
one.
golf, if you
Yeah.
have disc golf people in your community, I can guarantee 99.9% of them burn down.
Yeah, man, and other stoner hobbies too. I'll say too, you guys know what kind of good stonery hobbies are out there. Disc golf's a great example where, like, if you go hang out with some disc golf people, you're gonna meet some stoners, right? you're gonna meet your type of folks there for sure. I like that one a lot. I did think it was funny. We had, let's see, where is it? Poopy Penis says, I don't know, stoners always be stealing your lighter. Be careful.
That's why Jay Maestro keeps his on a leash.
That's
right.
That's
Have
right.
you
Be
seen
careful.
that?
Be
That's
careful.
great.
Look out for those stoners. Always be stealing your lighters.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that. Disc golf is good. Someone said Reddit is a good place to meet locals. That's interesting. Reddit has like local channels and stuff too, so I can see that being good. Like that. Someone says volleyball at the park. Oh, I like that too. Go hang out at the park. And when you smell that smell, you'll know the stoners are around, right? Yeah, I like any of these great ideas. But yeah, go make fellow friends, man. Make friends in the community. Disc golf is a good one too. I do like that one. Disc golf. I live very near a disc golf course, and I have definitely met other stoners there and run into. Go walk my dog at the disc golf park and find a pipe on the ground, find some papers on the ground, find a bag with some green stuff in it on the ground. Yeah, no, disc golf is a great place to meet people too. But yeah, I want to move it along. That was a great topic, though. Thank you for suggesting that, Goodfoot. And yeah, if we can help build community too, get in touch. If there's any kind of ideas you guys have about this, because we love this idea. This is what the happy hour is all about: is building community online and in the real world with other gardeners. So, fuck yeah, if we can help you do it, let us know. But next topic I wanted to bring us on to was CBD seeds. CBD seeds. So last week on the show, I got a little negative. As you guys know, I don't like to be negative, but I had to.
It was the unhappy on the unhappy. Yeah,
we had to get a little
hour for a minute there.
I had to get a little unhappy about some seed companies I was not happy about, right? And so we spent a whole bunch of time talking about bad seed companies and people you shouldn't buy from, right? And I was like, afterwards, didn't feel great about that necessarily. And then I also got an email afterwards from Cody Whitaker, who is the guy whose post triggered that whole conversation. Cody was the one who posted that picture of some test results of some Charlotte's Web that tested at 20% THC. So that was supposed to be a high CBD plant, and it tested with almost no CBD and at 20% THC. So that's what triggered me and got me a little grumpy about that seed company. But Cody hit me up afterwards and was like, hey, first off, thanks for featuring in that. That was my post and all that. So I did want to give him proper credit because I didn't give him credit when we talked about it last week. But I also loved, he mentioned, he was like, hey, man, so where should I get CBD seeds? And I was like, you know what? We fucked up. We should have talked about that because I don't like to be negative about things, especially like to be negative about things without flipping it on the positive side, right? So we can tell you guys about where not to buy seeds, but that's not really that helpful. What is helpful is telling you, hey, here's some good places you can buy CBD seeds. So shout out to Cody Whitaker, who brought me back around on that and was like, hey, and made me think, hey, or made me realize we can do better on that topic. So
the person that, someone that we've had on Cannabis, we've interviewed Rab from Seattle Chronic Seeds a few times. Okay. And he has been putting in very dedicated work into type 2, 3, 4, 5. It's chemovars now, and he has a line and he has lineage of stuff that's amazing. And so if you're looking for his work, you could find it on Neptune Seed Bank. I know that he has his own website, and he puts. I have one that's an apple Sue, which is an apple fritter by that tsunami one. And I got that from him. It's in the vault. But yeah, he's got amazing stuff. And he's someone who's very plugged into the community. As soon as he sent me that West Seattle sour, I sent it to Goodfoot. And Goodfoot and I are going to do some work with that, with the Tiki Rain. But he also Rab jumped on the Canna Capable Discord group and was helping people in that group, find, talk about, because he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to that kind of thing. And that's where I like to vote with my dollars. The people who are there for the community, who are putting in the work, especially on the medical side, because a lot of those type 2, type 3 type stuff, they're not really the most profitable thing. I mean, it's not the hypest of the hypes. And so, when you're dedicating your life to something like that, a lot of times you're foregoing the foreign whip.
Yep. So I love that you shouted out Seattle Chronic Seeds. I had forgotten about that, man, but that is awesome. And also, like you said, that's what you want to see in those types of people, right? You want to see people who are engaged with the community. You want to see people who are growing their stuff, who are talking to other people who are growing their stuff. Like the white label seed banks don't give a shit what happens to your seeds after they sell them to you, right? They're not trying to follow up with you and see how they're doing. They're not trying to like get your great, pictures, or they're not trying to talk to you about the results, right? They want to sell you seeds and be done with you, right? They take your money, give you seeds, and we're done, right? But that's what you want to see in someone who has a relationship with the community. And so I wanted to shout out, man, after doing a bunch of research last week, after talking about it, I wanted to shout out Hoku Seed Co. As well. Hoku was one that was recommended to me by a couple of people, and I was just really impressed with just the community work and stuff he's got going on over there. I wanted to show. It looks like Reddit is his platform of choice. We all have one or the other, it seems like these days.
I need to get on some Reddit. I haven't figured out how that works.
I'm figuring it out too, man. I suck at it, as evidenced by, I think, my account. I got a random name assigned to my account, so I'm some weird combination of words is my Reddit account. But yeah, look over here. I was checking out the Hoku Seedco Reddit is popping off, man. There's tons of people sharing great looking plants, great examples, pleased customers, lots of happy people over there talking about their grows, sharing great indoor, outdoor photos. I think Hoku is even in here chatting with people from time to time. I'm not 100% sure about that, but yeah, man, it's a really active community. Lots of people talking about it. Also was over at their website, which I'm not going to show you because I hear that could get me in trouble with the YouTube police.
Yeah.
Hoku Seeds on the internet, you can find it. Use your Google machine. But he had all kinds of great stuff on the website. I love the way his website, it's all broken up into different types too. So you got your type 1s, your type 2s, your type 3s, even a whole section of THCV, a whole section of CBN specialized stuff. I was also reading about Hoku, man. They're a family farm up in Washington. It's a husband and wife with some help from the in-laws, it sounds like. They're a registered hemp producer in Washington State. Excellent website with lots of great information, active on Reddit. Lots of affordable prices too. I think it was like there was packs available for like $40 for a lot of different things, and a great huge selection with lots of different projects going on. And just looking around on the internet, a lot of great feedback from the community too. Hoku was someone on lots of different platforms. Hoku was recommended to me. You may have seen me posted on Real DGC, posted on a bunch of other Discords this week, asking people, hey, where do you get CBD seeds? I was asking everybody this week. I had a real good time just kind of surveying the community and seeing what I heard, and Hoku came up regularly. Also, JR, I did want to tell you, you've been our guest booking extraordinaire lately. Put Hoku on the list. I would love to talk to them. So that's your challenge, sir.
I'll reach out.
Your challenge. They seem like they'd be really interesting to talk to. So Hoku, if you're out there, we'd love to talk to you and learn more about CBD breeding, and just what it's like being a licensed producer. Also, another cool thing about that I was thinking about is, so the seeds he was selling, because he's a licensed hemp producer, a lot of their seeds go to licensed hemp farmers, which means they cannot test hot, right? They cannot have 20% THC in their tests, right? And so reading a bit about the procedure, it sounds like they do test in like week 3 or 4 of flower, and that's standard for like testing for the hemp industry. So that's a little interesting to me, but I guess they test in week 3 or 4, and his stuff, if he's selling it as a type 1, it's not going to test hot in week 3 or 4 of flower. It's not going to, it'll be below that threshold level and be considered high THC or low low THC, high CBD.
And
But
I think a lot of that is kind of the work of the future. I think as people start getting educated about going away from that THC number, and also maybe searching out these medicinal avenues. Like for me, I found myself to get kind of sensitive to THC at times, like in the morning and stuff, or in the daytime. It affects me in a kind of a negative way. And so what I have started doing, and I put it on my regiment for my medical list of pain management, is I've been doing the CBG isolate and the CBD and CBN isolate. And so I take the CBD and the CBN and I mix those together, and then I keep the CBG separate. And I know that CBN and THC kind of fight for your CB1, CB2 receptors. I believe it's CB1. And so when you separate those, you sometimes get better effects if you're looking for like that anti-inflammatory kind of pain control. And so I found that combination of the CBG and CBD to be great in the day. And then as I move into the evening, I have that 50-50 with the CBN and CBG and CBD. And holy shit, that'll make you tired. And it's not only makes you tired, it's kind of like a hug to the brain. It's really because sometimes when I need a fucking bong hit, just doing CBD alone doesn't do it for me. Like it doesn't satisfy that, I need a bong hit. But the CBG does. I find that the CBG gives me that kind of mental relief, that kind of disconnect that I'm looking for in my smoke. So I think isolating those, and I think working towards cultivars like that. That's why I'm so excited about this West Seattle Sour. I'm hoping that it becomes, like my daytime daily driver. I'm looking for something that's going to be, functional, and so I'm excited for that kind of stuff.
Well, speaking of that, I did want to share another kind of cool thing I found while I was out there surfing around in internet land, and that is the hemp flowers section over there on Reddit. Our hemp flowers on Reddit is a whole community dedicated to people enjoying and growing non-intoxicating cannabis, basically. So no type 1 flowers are allowed here, and they're just posting about their CBD plants, their one-to-ones, their CBGs, and there's a huge active community. There's a ton of people posting, talking about things. There's a lot of people posting beautiful plant pictures. Some people talking about products that they ordered as well, because a lot of at the moment at least, you can still order low THC flower and have it shipped to your house in most of the US, I think, or all of the US still, I believe. It's getting complicated. But yeah, just love checking this out and seeing that there's such an active community of people who are celebrating this and enjoying this gives me hope. I love it.
I was gifted this Sleeping Beauty, and it is a CBN dominant strain. I haven't had it tested yet. As soon as I run this through the flower room, I'm going to send it over to Rose City Labs to get a good readout on it to know exactly what's there. But it was gifted to me as a CBN plant, and so I'm excited for that. I want to offer those in the menu along with some of the THC stuff, just for
I like that.
just for folks that are looking for one-to-ones or CBN. And Mark Sturgis sent me a CBG. He has a bunch of farmers down in Southern Oregon that he's friends with, and he sent me some seeds for some CBG stuff. So now that I know, by doing the isolate, I know it works for me. It's really inspired me to get those, get cracking on those seeds.
Yeah, so it got me thinking. I believe I'm going to be placing an order this weekend with Hoku. I think I'm going to be. I was looking over there. I picked out some things that sound good. I think I'm going to be ordering some stuff, and I haven't ordered seeds in a while. I got to say, from anybody. I've had so many of my own seeds, and I have such a collection built up. I haven't really felt like the need or felt the urge to buy any seeds in a while, but. Reading about Hoku, seeing the community feedback, got me kind of interested. And as you were saying, I'm interested in doing some breeding too. I would love to start mixing some of my high THC type 1 things I've made with a high CBD thing and make some kind of one-to-ones of my own. is something I'm really interested in. Taking some of the unique effects of like my ladies' night, for example, or the go time, for example, that have more of that uplifting, high sativa kind of boosted feeling, and taking those, but trying to make something lighter with them, trying to make more of a light daytime weed for those who don't want to get knocked on their butt.
I did the Golden Gift this last breeding, and that was that Gushers BX that I crossed with the I forgot the name of it already. But anyways, that was something that I sent to the cup, and Go Ahead, I think, handed out 20 packs. I sent him with 20 packs of that Golden Gift. And I'm hoping that, people find something amazing. Oh, it was the Ringo's Gift. It was the Ringo's Gift S1. And I crossed that with the Gushers BX, and I sold maybe 12 packs and gave away 20 packs. So I wanted to make sure that one got out to the people, just from the whole medicinal perspective, because I know if that's something you're seeking it out for a reason. You know what I mean? Most general cannabis consumers are not seeking out those profiles unless they have some kind of issue. And so that's why I thought it was important to get the medicine out.
Yeah. Yeah, exciting stuff, man. And I'm interested in learning more about CBD stuff. And like I said, would love to get some kind of a CBD breeder on to talk to us too. I'm really interested in like what is that like compared to what we do.
I could get Rab on from Seattle Chronic anytime, man. He's a great guy. He's really generous with his time. And Luke Highwalker said he got some of the Golden Gifts. So any of you guys in the community who have that Golden Gift, if you guys have that Golden Gift and you do not have the ability to get it tested, send it back to me. I'll take it. I'll get it to the lab, and we'll see what kind of breakdown we have.
Nice. Yeah, that was one thing that really impressed me about Hoku as well, is they had test results for a lot of things. So if you're interested in seeing,
it's really important.
Yeah, especially when you're doing that type of work. You know what I mean? If you're selling the type of seeds I sell, doesn't really matter that much what the numbers say. I mean, it's helpful, I guess. It'd be interesting to know what the THC number is, I guess. It'd be interesting to know the terp breakdown. I think would be more interesting. But it's not nearly as interesting as when you're doing CBD type work, or you're doing, type 2s, type 3s.
And that was something special.
THCV or CBN or all these other interesting cannabinoids that people are breeding for now. I love that stuff. I love that that's happening.
That was something special about the Tiki Rain. Is it tested, pretty decently in the CBDA. So it was CBD in the acid form that went along with, the THC and the terp profile. And I believe that's what made it different. Because when people smoke Tiki Rain, or buy it, I always say, don't go into this thinking you're getting a regular Rex strain, because it's not the same. It's on a different level. It's really different. Which I don't have that one anymore. I have it outdoors this year, but I don't have it in the stable anymore. So I know a lot of people in the community are holding it, keeping it around. So, if you're out there and you think you need it, there's folks out there who have it for sure.
Yeah. And Sicko, I saw your comments in the chat. I saw you last week too. Sicko, I did toss that plant that I had of your seeds. I had one that was unhappy. And he was unhappy because I had some fucked up soil that I put it in, and it was never happy in there. And so I tried to keep it around for a long time. She was never happy. So I finally had to let her go. But I do still have more of those seeds that you gave me, and I am planning on popping them. That's the Doom Cough, if you remember, JR.
Yeah, that shit was fire, dude.
So I do want to circle back to that. So I didn't forget about you. I just want to say that before we move on.
When I went to the cup,
I didn't forget about that, Jerry.
That year, that was one of the best things I smoked the whole time I was there. It was really good.
Yeah, it was Jerry's Doom Comp was fire, and then the stuff Meister had was fire, and that blew my mind the whole weekend. That was like my favorite weed. Oh, and then also that was also the weekend that we saw the Paloma Go Time from Banjo. I love that Paloma Go Time sample that just smelled like cherry Paloma and stinky feet combined. It was amazing. But yeah, shout out. Good weekend. Hoping to get back to the cup next year. We'll see. But yeah, let's keep it rolling, man. That was a lot of good CBD seed talk. Let us know if you have other places where you get your CBD seeds from. I'd be really interested. Another one real quick to shout out was Oregon CBD is someone who's been around for a long time. That's a name I've been hearing in the business forever. I don't know a ton about them, but I just know that that's another one well respected in the community. And you get them through GTR Seeds, which is Grow the Revolution, I believe. Grow the Revolution Seeds. Search for that and you'll find them, or just search for Oregon CBD. But yeah, thanks to everybody who gave me suggestions too. Yeah, Humboldt Seed Co. has some CBD stuff as well. They're doing some interesting things.
They have some really good one-to-ones. They have some really good one-to-ones.
Yep. So lots of good stuff happening out there. And yeah, excited to learn more about it. Like I said, I think I'm gonna be ordering some high CBD seeds myself to start doing some of my own hunting. I thought about getting a clone. Like I said, my buddy Michael hit me up this week to tell me there was a high CBD clone at our local dispensary that sounded kind of interesting. But the more I thought about it, I was like, no, I want seeds. I wanna do my own hunt. I want to find my own thing. I would love to have my own cut of a CBD thing that I can work with. It's something I put my own work into, and I've been kind of unhappy with dispensary cuts lately too. I gotta say, I'm not a fan.
You gotta be careful, man. That's a good way to get got. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
There's that as well, but yeah, I'll just say too, nothing's ever gonna meet your needs like something you hunt yourself, right? Nothing's ever gonna satisfy you like something you selected yourself. And I get a lot of cuts from different sources, some good, some not so good. And none of them have the structure I want. Even the great cuts I've gotten from great sources, none of them have the structure I like. None of them have the type of growth pattern I'm looking for in a lot of my plants. So yeah, beans is the way to go, I think, if you're looking for something specific, or you want to find something that you're really into. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to hook myself up with some CBD seeds and try to actually do a little bit of a pheno hunt here before too long.
Yeah, someone shouted out Roland Schilling's the Mac 1. It's been 4 years since that last batch, and I have that Mac 1. I'm trying to back it up to mother it out, but it doesn't root. I'm having issues with rooting, and I had my breaker panel blow a breaker, and I had to replace the breaker, and I dropped the screwdriver on the row of Mac 1s. I know, so I'm like down to 3. So I'm going to try to get those mothered up and available as soon as I can.
She was notoriously a tricky one, I think, the Mac 1, in various ways for propagating.
Yeah. It's slow in veg. I'll tell you, it is slow in veg, and it's not rooting nearly aggressively as some of the other stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we got some other things to talk about, JR. Should we give some seeds away first, or should we take it to Will? We're at an hour.
We want to give 2 packs away now. We're coming up on that November deadline, and people are concerned. So we want to give away 2 packs an episode. So let's do it.
Heck yeah. So I'll start us off with our first one, man. I want to do, where's my camera? Some Paloma Go Time. This has been kind of our new flagship at Growers Love Seeds, man. It's been a solid one for people for a while now. It's the Cherry Paloma JR Tokin cut crossed with Go Time from Jinx Proof, and it's a Go Time F2 actually. It's my own selection crossed with my own selection to make my own kind of Go Time that I've been working with. It's got a real stanky, cheesy, armpity thing going on. So bringing that kind of stanky cheese in with the gassy fruitiness of the Paloma, she's been a winner, man. And it's been what I've been smoking lately. I've seen a couple different phenos. Some are kind of gluey. Some are kind of more fruity.
That round that Go Ahead did, I think he did like 12 of them. And there were some stellar representations in there. And I like the fruitier ones. Those were the ones that I kind of leaned towards.
Yeah, no, lots of interesting combinations in there. I had one that had like a little bit of almost like a tropical, like coconutty kind of thing happening almost, or something.
Pina colada.
Yeah, a little pina colada action. But yeah, Go Time from Jinx Proof is, I think, one of the most underrated strains. I see a few people talking about Go Time in the chat. I bought a pack of Go Time from Jinx back in like 2016 and found a bunch of dank shit in there. In one 5-pack, I found a bunch of winners. So yeah, Go Time to me is a solid pack to check out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And also some good like funky sativa things. It's a little different than most of the stuff you're probably going to be growing. It's not your typical gas or whatever. It's some interesting terps that you maybe haven't had in a while. So Go Time's awesome. And Paloma Go Time, man, is a great combination of the two. You can get it from my website, Growers Love. And let's give this pack away right here, right now.
And I'll tell you that it seems like it's going to lean on the sativa side of the ratio.
Yeah, most of my breeding, I was talking with Michael about it just this last week. Most of my breeding is done for effect. That is, I think, the thing I am most focused on in my selection. I do care about flavor, obviously, but to me, effect is huge. And so a lot of my stuff, both the Paloma Go Time, the Paloma Night, you're getting that sativa influence because that's what I like. So you're getting something a little more upbeat. So let's do hashtag Go Time in the chat today.
And Jester Grows asks, can you message Super JR for some ideas for the show? If you do not have Discord, which the link will be down in the description, you could definitely message either one of us anytime. I'm always on Instagram, or you can hit me at jrtokin at tokensroots.co whatever.
Yep. Yeah, and Discord's probably the best way to reach me these days, honestly. I don't like Instagram. I do spend time there. I try to keep up with my messages and stuff on Instagram, but because I dislike the platform, I'm not on there any more than I have to be. So yeah, email me, or you can email me through my website also, or you can email me, or you can hit me up through Discord. Great way
and
to get
speaking
that.
of Jinx, Katsu sent me, I think it was 3 packs of the 9-pound hammer from Jinx.
Nice.
And so Go Ahead is doing a pheno hunt with those.
Ooh.
And we're gonna probably see some results on those soon, I imagine.
That's pretty cool, man. Goathead, we need to, if we get a good
I'm hoping he finds a good one, man.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
That sounds cool. Yeah, make that happen, guys. The list of things I'm excited about. Fuck yeah.
Rusty Nails put in hashtag no joke.
No joke. Yeah, like Holy Toledo says, effect is the first for me, terps are second, looks third, and THC last. Yeah, that sounds like about my type of thing too. To me, vigor is also really important. I really hate when I get a cut or a seed from someone and it's just like, I guess I'll grow, I want my plant to be like, hey, look out, I'm growing, get out of the way. So that's some of my favorite genetics, the stuff that's like, yo, I'm about to jump out of this pot and kick your butt. So yeah, I like that type of genetics, and you'll see that a lot in my breeding too. You'll see a lot of a lot of big vigorous plants in my breeding, because that's the type of stuff I like. So big vigorous plants, and plants that hold themselves up too. I'm also pretty picky about structure. I don't like these floppy OG cuts that everyone's growing these days. They're dank, don't get me wrong, they're dank, but like I hate that structure, man. I hate when I don't mind scrogging. I hate when I have to scrog. I hate when I feel like if I don't scrog, these buds are going to be on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a pain in the butt to me. So yeah, trying to get that locked in is part of my breeding as well, man. Definitely is plant structure, vigor, structure as well. Yeah, but effect is at the top of the list for me, hands down. Just because, yeah, it's, to me, it was one of those things as well where I think so many people get settled into a certain type of weed. And so I like to introduce weed that maybe breaks you out of your comfort zone a little bit. That's kind of one of the things I've been trying to do, and why I was so excited to do the Paloma crosses was because the Paloma has such good mass appeal, right? The Paloma is such a people pleaser. Everybody likes it. Yeah, checks a lot of boxes, as we say. It's a difficult one to not like. You know what I mean? It's hard to, or it's difficult to not like. I said that right. Yeah, it's easy to love the Paloma. So mix that with some more exotic effects. Mix that with some more energetic effects. To me, we're making interesting things. Now we're getting into some really cool stuff. So, yeah.
And Go Ahead said he got 9 females and 3 males out of that 9-pound hammer hunt. And I should probably pick up one of those males and put that in there with the old breeding section.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I like Red Weasel says, Soup, your plants love HST, high stress training. Yes, my plants do. They do like to be bent. They do handle that type of thing really well. They also handle lots of light really well, is another thing I've been told. If you got a bright ass room, and most of the time they do fine without super bright light as well, is something I've noticed. That's the ladies' night and the go time both seem pretty tolerant of different lighting conditions, but they'll handle lots and lots of light if you give it to them, and they'll make good things happen if you do give them a lot. Yeah, I like that. I hate a plant that needs a lot of babying, and I don't mind, she better be real special if she needs a lot of babying, you know what I mean? She better have some really interesting terps or really interesting effect or something to get me excited about her. If she needs to be babied. I like a plant that does not need to be babied. That's kind of what I'm trying to select for a lot, is plants that I know are going to be chunky and vigorous and solid on their own.
And that kind of brings up the topic of males versus females in fem breeding. There are some chromosomal genetic handoffs between the male plant and the female plant that do provide structure, do provide vigor, and do provide even immune support that you won't necessarily get from fem breeding projects. And I'm not saying you can't get super chronic shit out of a fem project. I'm just saying you're leaving a portion of what the male has to offer off the table. And one of those things is vigor and structure, especially vigor. And so, it's something to keep mindful of when you're, looking at doing your selections and doing your breeding.
Yep, 100%, 100%. And yeah,
look, I like still got some hashtag go times coming in. Come on, people.
They're trickling in.
Come on, gotta win them seeds.
I keep getting close to pushing the button, but then I see a few more trickle in. So get them in if you're good. Well, the getting's good. Running out of time. But yeah, no, I love variety in the breeding, man. I love seeing lots of different traits and lots of different things. But there's certain traits to me, like I said, I really like vigor. I really like a plant that just wants to grow. That's really important to me. And then, like I said, effect is so huge. It's got to make me feel a certain kind of way. And that's always the thing I'm looking for too when I go to cups or go to events. People hand me so much weed, right? We go to the DGC Cup. We get to smoke so many samples at an event like the DGC Cup. But it's rare that something will jump out at me and go, oh, and I go, oh, and it's almost always something that makes me feel different with me. It's almost always something that makes me go, oh, like my body, I'm noticing that. I already hit 12 other things in the last hour. That made me feel different than any of those other 12 things.
I would say that was true with the No Joke. When Chad smoked me out with his No Joke, right away it punched through the ceiling of everything I'd been smoking all day. Because I had been smoking tons of weed all day at the Cup, and then we got together and burned down, and that No Joke just punched right through, and that I knew right then he had something special.
Yeah. The one I'll say too, man, that the seeds from Jerry that we were just talking about a second ago. Jerry gave us a sample of his Doom Cough that did hit different. And I was like,
it did hit different.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why those seeds were in my hands. And that's why those seeds were planted in my grow. Cause I was like, oh, Jerry's got something interesting. So yes, Jerry, I did kill that one because it was not a happy plant and because I fucked it up because I suck sometimes. But I'm circling back around and we're gonna get to the rest of those at some point. Cause I was very interested in seeing what we could find. But let's give these dang seeds away. We got 99 entries, and I'm pushing a button.
Let's do it.
And this week's first winner is it's Peaceman.
Peaceman grows.
What's up, Peaceman? Peaceman grows. Peaceman, get in touch with me, soupthegardener@gmail.com, and I will get you your pack of Paloma Go Time, sir. Peaceman grows. Thank you for playing and hit me up. Love it. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm just realizing my camera's kind of tilted.
We're all off, JR. It's fine. I'm freezing. Yours a little slanted. It's all
I'm good. A little slanted today, folks.
It's all good. Man, I've been feeling that way today too. It's all right. Sometimes it goes that way. No, we're playing by ear today. Like I said, we had plans change mid plan, so sometimes it goes that way.
I know we didn't even get to the wheel. It's like,
well, I was
we had so much great input from the community. We didn't even need to spin the wheel.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, so we have one more pack of seeds to give away. We've been going an hour and 15 minutes, so it's already
we
been
better give them away. Let's spend
an hour and plus. So let's give these away, and then do we have time to spin the wheel once, or do we have anything else we want to talk about before we wrap today?
I got time today. I'm not going anywhere, so let's do it,
man. Well, let's do this. We had another pack to give away. Let's get the other pack going, get that giveaway started, and then we'll spin the wheel. How about that?
Do it.
So what's our second pack? Did you have something?
Yeah, I got that Boardwalk Betty. We want to make sure those get out because I have the next round of breeding is going down. So we got to give away these ones so we can get to the next ones. And if you don't know what the Boardwalk Betty is, it is a Boardwalk Bubba that was donated by Wichita Steve. And we crossed that with the Z-Pie. And so it's going to be a banger.
Nice. Well, let's do, I'll throw out, let's do hashtag Betty.
Yeah, I like it. People already putting hashtag Betty in there.
I was going to say somebody, Chad C 1971, you're disqualified. You were too early. No, just kidding.
Do it again. Put it in there, man. Make sure you get in.
You read my mind. It was good. No, you're good. Hashtag Betty. Give me a hashtag Betty there for the Boardwalk Betty. And let me pull up the wheel and we'll do a little grow talk. Well, that's running. So hashtag Betty, keep that going in the chat. And while that's doing that, it's wheel time.
I'm going to laugh at lands on bonus seeds. That's going to be great.
Oh, that would be devastating. No, just kidding. It'd be great. Mom tips. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, be good to your mother.
Be good to your mother. The wheel landed on mom tips. It was Mother's Day a month or two ago, and Father's Day a month or so after that. So I thought we should put this on the wheel to talk about taking care of your mothers. So what tips do we have for taking care of moms, JR? This is something that's been fresh in my mind a lot lately because my mother room got a little too crowded. Things got a little too packed in there. Things got a little unhappy. And I've been kind of like getting things back on track for like the last few weeks. So I've been thinking about this a lot. But what are your thoughts, JR? What do you think about it? What are some tips for keeping moms happy?
The thing I think is to be able to back them up consistently. I think a lot of people let their moms get too old and they get too big. And then the clones that you're taking off of them have more potential for stress. Because
as says, put her in a home.
Yeah, right.
Horrible.
As the plant's aging, it's encountering stress. I mean, I don't care how good of a grower you are. There's going to be moments where it gets stressed out, and that can affect the branching because on a mom, every single branch kind of has its own little chemistry and little epigenetics, you might say. And that's where things kind of start to drift or change. Is as it stresses and you're taking cuts off that stress, you're then just creating a stress epigenetic plant. And so what I like to do is I'll take my fresh clone. I'll let it come up. Oh, first thing I do is I top it when it's at 6 nodes. And then it branches out. I'll take one round of cuts off that. I'll let it come up one more time, take a round of cuts, and then she's a goner. She's backed up and she's dead. Because you're taking off the tops, so you're getting all that hormonal growth and all the meristem shits that are up there, and you're more resistant to stuff like the pathogens and shit in that zone. And so as you're taking those, you're kind of giving yourself the best of what that plant has to offer. If you're doing that deal, and I'm not knocking the people who are in situations who have to do this, but a lot of times people will take their cuts off the lowers and then put that one into flower. And that's how they're backing things up. And, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But sometimes you're putting yourself, you're leaving money on the table by not taking the meristem and not taking the best of what that plant has to offer.
Yep. No, I put in my notes, keep them small and replace them often, I think is a really
Yeah.
big one. I think when you
Yeah.
let your moms get all big, when you let your stems start to get all woody, when you uh, get those big gnarly plants that you're still trying to take clones off of, that's not great. And as you're mentioning, like epigenetics, when you clone something that's stressed or you clone something that's undergoing less than ideal conditions, you're kind of propagating those conditions as you propagate that plant, right? You're kind of continuing that stress in that next cut. And so it can take time to grow out of that. So that's, like I said, why my veg room's kind of in a bit of a rework at the moment, because I'm trying to kind of make that stress go away, right? I'm trying to get those things, everybody back on track. So we're not propagating that stress anymore.
And there
Also,
are in the
yeah,
lowers, there are different levels of hormones that sometimes lean towards easier rooting and easier propagation. But like I said, when you're doing those lowers, sometimes you're not getting the full punch of what your top meristem stuff is offering, especially in disease resistance.
yeah. Great points. Also put in my notes, up pot often and avoid root binding. That's another really big one too, right? If your roots are getting unhappy, that plant's not going to be happy.
No, aggressive
That's going to be a sign
drybacks are
of, yep,
stressful. Overwatering is stressful. Anytime you get in those stressful situations, like you said, you're just going to be putting yourself behind. Because when you're taking a cut off a plant that's purpled out, hardened off, pissed off, when you get that in the cloner, it's going to reflect in the way that it produces when you get it out of the cloner or the clone dough.
yep, yep. For lighting, I put try slightly lower light than
Yep.
production veg, but not too much lower or they will stretch. So I
Mm-hmm.
like that. If you're trying to veg to throw them right in the flower room, you're probably going to run a little bit higher lights than you want on your moms, but you don't want to put your moms under too low of light either, which is something I see a lot. I see people kind of doing moms and they're like, it's just a mom. I'm not going to flower it out. I'm just going to tuck it in the corner and save it for later so I can take a clone off it someday. And I don't necessarily like that. I will say, don't put your mom in the back corner. Don't let her get too stressed. Don't let her get neglected. Yeah, she'll survive. She will bounce back, but you will lose a lot of momentum. Momentum is something I feel a lot of people neglect in their grows. And if you slow that momentum down by putting that plant in a dark little corner and not giving her a lot of light, slowing her down a lot, yeah, she'll survive, but she's not going to thrive and she's going to not have the same kind of energy when you try to flower out again. She's not going to have that same kind of vigor. So yeah, maybe drop your lights a little bit back from where you would if you were pushing hard to go into the flower room, but not that much. I don't like to go back too much. As far as nutrition, I wrote
Yeah,
down I like to try a
I got
simple 1 part veg newt. Yeah,
I've got a
Jerry.
good tip for that from Tiki Madman. Tiki
Nice.
Madman told me that palm tree food, the NPK of a palm tree food, is really excellent for um, keeping your moms consistent.
I like that. That's a good tip. One thing I noticed is, so I've been using BioBiz lately in my grow, as you may know. BioBiz and King's Mix has been working out great for me.
Yeah.
BioBiz Grow is also really cool in that it is very scalable, I call it. So you can use BioBiz Grow at 1 milliliter per gallon. You can use it at 5 milliliters per gallon and beyond, right? You can go up to probably 7 or 8 milliliters a gallon before you start really stressing plants out, and anything in between. And I really like that because you can kind of adjust based on your plant's needs really easily. So if you got a big old mom that she's hungry, she's due for an up potting, you can give her a big old strong dose. You can give her a good 6 or 7, milliliters a gallon, and she'll love it. You got some nice little baby moms or some nice little plants. They're under lower amounts of lighting. You don't want to give them a ton of food. You can hit them with, 2 milliliters a gallon. And it works great. So I would say that's my advice for mom and feeding is adjust it. Adjust it based on the size of your mom, how hungry she's looking, and what kind of soil she's in. But be adaptable and don't be giving her too much and don't be giving her too little. and use it. Has been making life easy for me using a nutrient that's easily to scalable like that, where it's not a big deal if I jump it up a bunch or drop it down a bunch. The plants adapt to it pretty well.
I would say that's also an advantage of dry amendments as well.
Yeah, I would say that too. Dry amendments for sure. And also just use living soil in general can work really well, as the soil kind of acts as a battery. You do run into problems when that battery starts to run out, right? If you've got a big pot of living soil, that mom will be doing great until she's hungry and then she won't be doing great. And once she gets to that point, it can be kind of hard to bring her back again. So
yeah,
I'd say living soil is great for moms if you stay ahead of the curve, if you stay ahead of it and make sure she's not getting hungry. You're top dressing or transplanting, you're up potting or whatever before they get to that point. But you don't want to let your living soil moms, or any kind of living soil plants for that matter, get to the point where they're showing signs of being hungry, because at that point it's going to take some work and a few weeks or
and that's where your foliar regiments and your foliar applications kind of come in to assist. I do want to say that Steve Crabtree shouted out RIP Subcool, and RIP Subcool's for real. But that is Wichita Steve. That is a friend of mine who has been helping me with some of the pollen selections that I've been using to make the Boardwalk Betty. So shout out to Steve Crabtree. And if you watch his IG, he is a tree guy. Like, he's an arborist. And my God, he's the hardest working arborist in Wichita. I'll tell you that, man. The guy's knocking shit down on it daily. And he's
shout out to the tree guys, man. I just had a bunch of tree work done on my property, and like, dude, that's such hard work, and those guys work so hard, and it takes such like specialty knowledge to know about trees, know about different types of trees and how to treat them, how to prune them. That's really cool. I dig that. Respect to the tree dudes out there and the tree ladies. But hell yeah, let's give this Boardwalk Betty away. We got 116 entries here on the Boardwalk Betty. This is your last chance, and then I'm hitting the button.
Come on, last chance, folks. There's one.
Here she goes.
Operation Annihilation. I think you got in right at the last second.
Oh man, I think you must have. I hope you did. It was close. I admit I didn't give you a lot of time there. iStig 420. iStig 420. You are today's winner of the Boardwalk Betty. Get in touch with JR. How should they get in touch with the JR?
You can contact me on Instagram at j.r._token, or you can email me, or you can go to just tokensroots.blah blah blah, and all of my contact information is there, and you can just hit me through the emails.
Hell yeah.
And last week's winners went out. They got their stuff, and I always try to throw in a little extra something for the people who won. Maybe a pack of the sticky foot will be in there. You just never know.
We try to take care of our people. I'm excited, man. I had a good week this week doing lots of work packing up seeds. So I'm excited to say there will be a new color soon. You've seen all my colors of packs. There'll be a light blue coming soon.
Hey!
Been stamping and preparing envelopes this last week. So, still trying to figure out the exact way I'm going to do this next drop, because it is something new and something kind of not completely new, but something untested. So I think I might do a limited drop at a discounted price of kind of untested testers kind of situation, because I want to get some feedback on these. So I think maybe the first 20 or so packs might be done at a discount, in the hope of encouraging you to get some and plan them and give me some feedback soon. And I'll be letting you guys know here first. So you guys
Wichita Steve wants to know how he can see your Instagram account. So shout that out.
For my Instagram account?
Yep.
I'm Soup the Gardener on Instagram. Soup the Gardener. I'm also Growers Love Seeds on Instagram. I don't really post a whole lot on either account, to be honest. I'm trying to actually start maybe making the Soup the Gardener one a little bit more of a personal account.
You should.
I might start putting more businessy and just weed photos and stuff on the Growers Love account. But you'll probably get a bit of both. But yeah, the truth is I'm not really that into Instagram. It makes me kind of sad. My algorithm is depressing. Despite a lot of work trying to improve it. We did spend some time trying to make my Instagram better. And yes, shout out to all you wonderful people who have been following me and giving me some love over there on Instagram. I was telling everybody too, and I continue to have this policy. If you follow me and you've got cool looking grow pics in your profile, instant follow back from me, because that's the type of thing I want to see, is more people's grows, more people doing cool grow stuff. So yeah, hit me up on Instagram, give me a follow. Like I said, it's not my favorite place to hang out, so don't expect a lot. But,
And if you really want to get a hold of Soup, Discord is kind of like his jam. So
Discord's pretty
if
good.
you hit the Garden Happy Hour Discord, I guarantee you, as soon as you post, he's going to see it. He's going to respond, and he's really generous with his knowledge and his time too. Like when people have grow questions, he's the first one to answer. So hit him up on Discord as well.
I always try to be generous as much as I can, and I get a lot of emails too. People email me throughout the week, and I always do my best to try to write people back within a day, and I always try to give them the same level of thoughtfulness and care that they put in their email right back at them, because I get so many people writing me nice emails with nice stories in them and stuff, and I love hearing it, guys. I love seeing your pictures and everything. Really do appreciate hearing from everyone in the crew regularly. It's been a joy in my life having you all in it, so appreciate it.
Word, I second that.
Any more tips for moms before we wrap up, JR? I think that's a pretty good place to wrap it.
Yeah. No, just kind of keep them happy. As soon as they start showing signs of stress, you really need to back them up immediately. Get those backed up, and like I said, do those constant rotations with them. Don't keep them around to get angry. Nobody likes an angry mother.
Labeling. Another thing I want to shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Labeling. Wow. Man, label your moms. Label them 2 times. Label them 3 times. Label them 4 times. Put extra labels. Put a label on the pot. Put a label in the dirt. Put a label around the stem. Label that bitch, man, because once you lose track of what it is, it's worthless, right? As soon as if you've got a clone or a mom or something, and I had some clones this week where I was doing some things with clones. I got mixed up. I looked down. I had some clones. I wasn't sure what they were. And I was like, well, they're trash now. As soon as I don't know what they are, they're not useful to me anymore as a breeder or as someone, maybe it's different if you're just growing at home for your own enjoyment. But for me, I was like, as soon as I lost track of what these are, I can't make use of them anymore.
The thing I do also is when I'm cloning, I'll make sure that I put the mom on the table. So I know when I'm cloning, I'm cloning that specific mom on that table. And that way I can do my labeling and I can make sure that nothing gets...
Yeah, only work with one strain at a time is another tip. Say for if you're cloning a bunch of moms, or if you're doing a bunch of work with different plants and you're moving things around, you're transplanting from pot to pot or whatever, try to only work with one strain at a time. So that way, if you do fuck up, you're like, well, I know I was working with the Paloma today, so I know this has got to be a Paloma, right? Because that's all I've been touching today is Paloma. So try to keep things simple for yourself that way. I also like Sicko said, use colored zip ties. I started doing this. I have some plant tags that I bought that are just different colors, and I just started color coding things where I label everything, but I also will just stick a colored tag in there where I say, hey, I know the Paloma go time, she's orange, right? So anything in my grow that's got an orange tag in it, and I do that with my seed packs. You may have noticed I've got different colors for my seed packs. So now I'm starting to do that where I'm like, hey, Paloma night is blue, Paloma go time is orange, and that really helps me keep things straight if I have an orange tag in the pot, and also helps with like really quickly identifying stuff too. I don't have to like stick my head down, look under the pot and be like, oh, is this that or that, just I can see a red tag. I know what it is,
A fun thing that I do, and I don't do it as much anymore because I'm just doing duct tape with a Sharpie on everything. But I had a whiteboard and I would get different stickers. So like I knew if the pot had a Pokemon sticker on it, I knew that was Paloma. There's no other pot in my room that's going to have a Pokemon sticker on it but Paloma. And so you can make it fun by getting different kind of sticker categories and just hammer it all over the pot, man. You can stick a bunch of them on there, and then that's going to give you a good indicator of what you're working with.
I will say be careful with that, though, because I have ran into problems if I reuse a pot. you got to make sure you take that
gotta
sticker
pull your
off,
stickers
or
off.
yeah, you got to be on top of
Yeah,
that, because
that's
you go
important.
reusing those pots, and then you got, so that's also why I think it's important to have more than one label on each plant, right? If you just have a sticker on there and then you transplant from one pot to another, suddenly you're not sure anymore, right? But if you have a label stuck in the pot as well, you know, a tag wrapped around, I have like a white tag that goes in the plant, right? A little white plastic stick that's got it written on it what it is. Then I have the color coded stick that goes in next to it, so that tells me right away from the color what it is. Sometimes I'll put a sticker on the pot that'll tell me what it is, but I found, like I said, that you got to watch out for, because if you're transplanting and reusing pots and stuff, that can bite you in the butt. So I also bought these tags that are metal. It's a metal piece of metal tag, and then it's got metal like wire that you use, and you loop it around the stem of the plant. And so you put a little wire loop around the stem of the plant, and then the metal tag is there forever on that plant. And then you can write on the metal with a permanent marker, and it stays on there forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, different types of labeling is a really good idea for moms, for clones. Because yeah, man, it sucks when you screw something up that way. And it's caused so many breeders I know nightmares and problems.
Oh, yeah,
man.
yeah.
I know even Subcool back in the day, there was some sort of problem where they mixed up something with something else, and then that something else got used to make seeds, and then the next thing I know, they're putting out seeds, and they think they're this, but they're really that, because someone mixed up this and that a year back, and everything turns into a big old mess real quick.
And that's why I switched to the duct tape, because I can just duct tape right over the last label. If it doesn't rip off, I can just duct tape right over it. And it stays on there really well, and it holds the Sharpie ink really well.
Yep. Lots of good tips, man. Lots of good tips for labeling. So yeah, label your plants, man. And I'll just say, treat your moms good, treat your dads good. Replace them often, be kind to them, and be nice to your real life mom too. She's a nice lady.
And I'm telling you, people often don't talk about their fathers and the males that they keep in their garden for people who are breeding and stuff like that, and those same regiments apply. You would treat your father just as well as you would treat your mother, because that's what's going to give you balance.
Yep.
Either I'm tripping balls or my fucking camera's doing weird shit right now.
It is, man. Mine is too. It's all good. We're at the end of the show. We're rolling out, man. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging with us this week. Thanks for all the grow talk. Sorry, we had a change of plans here, and like I said, we will be getting our guest back at some point in the future.
Yeah, rescheduling.
Going in the UK. Because that
a future guest we got coming up. Miles Filippelli. Miles Filippelli from the fermented plant extract is going to be on. And we're going to talk a little bit of the ferments. So that should be a good one. No, I think that one's a couple weeks from now. Next, I'm not sure we got next week. Let me see. You talk and I'll look.
No, we've been looking. JR's been busy trying to get us good guests. I don't think we have anybody next week.
I don't think we do.
I don't think we have anybody next week. It looks like we have Blessed Coast on the 17th.
Yep. That's going to be great. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and then looks like Miles is on the 24th.
Yep.
So that's looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to some more good guests in the future. And we'll be working, like I said, JR, your new mission for guests is to get us a CBD breeder interview, get us Rab or get us Hoku or somebody that can come talk.
Yeah, I'll get Rab on here for sure.
Yeah, I would love to learn about that. Love to learn more about the process of like how to properly make a type 2 and things like that. It'd be really interesting.
And I will say, when you're doing that kind of work, when you're doing those multiple type works, you really need to get a good relationship with the lab that you can get your stuff tested at.
Yeah, for sure.
And happy 4th of July to all you guys.
Yeah,
enjoy your independence, what little of it you have. Build your sovereignty and have a really, really good time. Blow shit up.
That's right.
I mean, this is the one time a year we get to blow shit up. So blow some shit up, man.
That's right. And I'll leave you with a Camaro. There you are. The most American of vehicles.
Stingray.
One of my favorites. Yes, one of my favorites from the car museum this last week. But yeah.
It's like a 76, right? Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, no, she's a beauty, man. So much good times at the car museum. That was a great time. But yeah, guys, have a great 4th of July. Be safe, have fun. Don't do anything too stupid. But
yeah, bring all your fingers back.
Yeah, bring all your
That's
fingers
good.
back. Be
Farmer Den
just
says.
Be just stupid enough, as I like to say. Be just
Mm-hmm.
stupid enough that you have a great time, but you make it back in one piece.
Keep that garden hose handy.
That's right, guys. So, yep, till next week, keep growing, keep smoking, and have yourself a fantastic weekend. We'll see you later.
Growers love y'all.
Later.